Hi, my name is Chenthil Mohan. I'm a sports photographer. When I shoot sports, the first thing that I look for in my equipment is the speed at which it operates and the reaction time. Be it my lens, be it my camera, you expect it to be as fast as the action you're shooting. I've been shooting Fujifilm systems since the days of X-T1, and over the years now I shoot with the X-T4. The amount of progress we have made in speed and responsiveness is massive. I can't even believe, I still have my X-T1 body, and I can't believe that I used to shoot sports with X-T1 back in the days. The last 4-5 days I've been shooting a competitive event here in Delhi, and I've been shooting with this big beast, the X-H2S. This camera has been a revelation considering that it has the new X-Trans 5 sensor built into it. This camera has been blazing fast. It's not always about spray and pray. Here you're trying to portray the athlete and the sport in its full glory. So you want the athlete's leg in the perfect place, you want their visor to be visible, the reflection to be visible. So now, depending on a variable right condition, you want to choose the right image that represents the sport and the athlete in the best way. So, and having 40 frames then now becomes a luxury that you can have, because you have a blackout-free 40 frames that goes through the whole range, and you can pick the one which shows the athlete in the best possible scenario. We have light which flickers all over the place. There are dark spots right around me, but this camera doesn't even flinch. It gives me the optimum light conditions to shoot in, and even in tough light conditions it performs really, really well. This camera fills my hand a lot better. The vertical grip here helps me balance such a huge lens much better. It's not like holding a small little camera in front of a big lens. Now it feels a lot more meatier in my hand. Having a 5-axis image stabilization, which gives me 7 stops of stabilization while I'm shooting in a variable condition like this. I can shoot pictures, quickly shift to videos, and I can still hold focus without not losing much of stabilization in the process. The other cool thing is it comes built in with this new sensor and the new processor. File quality is stunning. I mean, even at 3200 ISOs or even higher ISOs, files work. There's so much more data available in the shadow details. There's so much more data that I can pull back if I'm overexposing the highlights. So that way, the fidelity of the files has been stunning so far. I shoot a lot of aperture priority and shutter priority when I'm shooting sports, especially when the light is a little unpredictable. So not only does it locks focus and holds focus for a long period of time and keeps my subject in focus with the new subject detection, the camera also ensures my exposure levels are optimum through and throughout. My problem is not the buffer, because there is no buffer lag that I have faced with this new camera. In fact, my problem is I run out of cards way faster than normal, and half the times I have to back up the data while I'm shooting. In this new X-H2S, there is a subject-specific focus that I can set it up to. It knows the difference between a bicycle, a motorcycle, a bird, a human being, and once it locks focus, it holds focus through and through in the range. I do notice a massive difference in the EVF. The dynamic range in the EVF is stunning. You see more data in the EVF. The shadow details are a lot more visible on the EVF. Frame rates are much faster. It's like looking at a high dynamic range TV through your viewfinder. Sometimes I feel like the EVF looks better than your naked eye. 4K 120 frames gives me a lot of flexibility when I'm shooting photos and videos at the same time. Matched along with the flicker reduction that's built into the camera, it's like a dream come true, because now I can shoot 4K 120 frame slow motion videos of cyclist going super fast and having a constant exposure through and through. This is the fastest Fujifilm camera that I've ever used from the days of X-T1 to X-T4. I've never seen speed. So if there is one word that I have to describe this camera in, it's speed, speed, speed. This is a 600mm lens. Gives me a 35mm range of about 900mm ish, and it's super light. And I would definitely want this in my bag just because it's super light. In a daylight scenario where I have a lot more control over light, this lens will be my go-to lens, and it's a zoom lens. There is no weight distribution change, there is no tube extending out, and it's super light. Though there is an AF on button, a big one on the new X-H2S body, having a focus button on the lens itself and which tracks really, really fast, and paired with the X-H2S, this lens worked the best. The 18-120 lens is what I would call the most versatile lens that I've ever seen or used. It has an insanely usable zoom range from 18 to 120 mm. It's a constant f4 aperture, and the power zoom. The power zoom kind of helps you like zoom a lot more smoother when you're shooting videos, and considering the X-H2S has the 120 4K slow-mos that you can shoot, I can toggle between shooting images and quickly get into shooting videos without much ado, and then I can zoom in a lot closer and then zoom out without any jerky movements while I'm shooting.